Andrew and Jill McCabe present an interesting study in how the Clintons influenced the FBI. Andrew was in the FBI for many, many years and was rising rapidly in its ranks. And in 2014, he was made the director of the Washington, D.C. field office. And the Washington Post speculated in print that he was probably next in line to become the deputy director of the FBI, a job he got about a year and a half later. In the meantime, on March 7th, 2015, the year before the election, the world learned that Hillary had a private email server which nobody else could access and which she hid from public view, where she conducted her State Department business, probably violating the law. And at about that time, shortly thereafter, Governor Terry McAuliffe of Virginia, who was Clinton's closest political ally and fundraiser, approached McCabe's wife, Jill, and urged her to run for a state Senate seat currently being held by a Democrat. And he promised to brush aside the guy who was lined up to get that nomination, a retired Army colonel who had been very active in local politics. Jill had had no involvement in politics at all. In fact, she'd voted in the Republican primary 3 years before she was approached by the Democrats to run for the Senate seat. The McCabes were very surprised at this request and laughed about it at first. It seemed so ridiculous. Then McAuliffe came along and said, "I will give you $500,000 in campaign contributions," and later upped the ante to $700,000 that he gave to McCabe, the third largest amount he donated to any candidate for the state legislature that year. Why the sudden interest in Jill McCabe, who had no background in politics? Why did he offer to blow away her competitor for the seat in a potential Democratic primary, who withdrew a few days after she announced? Because McCabe's male, was rising in the ranks of the FBI and likely to become the deputy director, who would be in charge of this entire email investigation. And when the Clinton Foundation began to run into trouble, would be in charge of that investigation too. So this was not just a person running for office who Clinton and McAuliffe benefacted by giving large amounts of money. This was a candidacy explicitly created at the time that Hillary's email server was the point of controversy. It was an opportunity for bribery that was created by getting Jill into the race. And it was an opportunity to influence the number 2 guy at the FBI, the putative number 2 guy. He got the promotion after Jill's candidacy was defeated. So this, on the second look, is not just an attempt to bribe the wife of an FBI official. It was an attempt to create a situation where she could be bribed, and then the money flowed. This is a very, very serious charge, and I hope it's included in the indictment of Andrew McCabe, and I hope that indictment is expanded to include Jill McCabe. Thanks very much for watching.